Nicks off the play action. Right off the rip, he's throwing deep. He's got it deep downfield. He goes the distance. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans take a 6-0 lead right away. Tyreek Hill the touchdown. Almost feel bad for those fans who went to get food before finding their seats here, Brock. While they're waiting in line, got a touchdown on the first play from scrimmage.
Now, I got a sense a few of them were scooting towards the tunnel to see what the roar was all about.
Yep.
Just like this guy scooted for the explosive touchdown.
Santos connects on the point after. And the Texans will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. And that one hit the landing zone first and then into the end zone. So it's going to be a touchback out to the 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Regular. Real. Done.
Coming out throwing is Baker. He's got Devontae Smith. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They got 24 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Denver first. A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. They'll run here from the gun. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Hit applied by Keanu Benton. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
Run. What's that?
Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Throw right side, caught by Smith. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Motion man right is Smith. They'll run it here with Bijan Robinson. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Kings! What's up?
2nd and 8. This one caught by C.D. Lamb. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And the Broncos will have a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Hey, alert! What's that?
First down, here's Baker. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or 2 short of the 25.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Oh, look at this. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he gets taken down immediately right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
Now, that's one of those plays when you call it, you expect to get decent yards every time. Seeing it stopped at the line, man, that's deflating offensively.
And the Texans go in nickel coverage, 3rd down.
Pistol. Hurry!
They kick the running back in motion.
Regular. Done.
3rd and short, Mayfield. Pass cut, 9-yard line. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a 1st and goal.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. Here's Robinson. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Texans will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season. Well, they were thinking at least a field goal on the drive if they couldn't reach the end zone, right? But the interception keeps them from even getting 3 out of this possession.
You really hope at the end of this game you don't look back and go, shoulda, woulda, coulda. If we could have gotten some points out of that drive early, we wouldn't be in the situation we are in now.
Now for the first time, it's a give to the rookie from Ohio State. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Play action with Nix. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
On 3rd down, here's Nix. That's complete to Wilson. And he's in! Touchdown, Houston! The Texans pull out in front further, 13-zip. That score was less about the throw, although it was good, partner, but it was more about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Well, Kate, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes, well, it's quarterback who delivers, and sometimes it's the effort after the catch that really makes the magic happen.
That one right down the middle. And the Texans drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Returning it from the 4. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Real. Alert, alert! Alert, alert! What's on?
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. That's Lamb running a slant. They drop him with a big hit. At least he's able to hold on for the game. But boy, Brock, what a shot.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Run. What's on?
Here's 2nd and 2. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Kings! Dad!
Throwing now, 3rd and 2. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
You know, it's fascinating how those routes you run so many times in practice become a whole lot more difficult in the actual game. That was an important 3rd and short to convert. Very surprised to see that play fail.
Defense coming off that incompletion needs one more stop here on 4th. Here we go. It's Mayfield. They connect for the 1st. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
So close to getting off the field. But the 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. Now they're going to have to buckle down and force another 4th down.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43.
Hey, alert, alert! Alert, alert! Point it right. What's on?
Mayfield to throw again. Short pass brought in. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it for quarter number 1. Our score, 14-0. We'll get you back to Mile High after this. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Escapes a defender. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10.
Pistol. Regular. Hey, alert 33.
Another carry for Robinson. And he'll only get this to the 26 before going down. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Real. Alert!
Running back sent in motion.
What's up?
Here's 2nd and 7. Pass is caught at the 9. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. Working quickly here.
Run. Kings! Point it right. What's up?
Working inside the red zone. Forced out to his right. Pushing for the end zone. And it holds the football. It's not loose. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
You know, Kate, that's a stop they're going to use as teaching tape for an entire season. Heck, the offseason. Back pressed against their own end zone, making an impact play. No one expected to force a fumble. His effort directly kept points off the scoreboard, and it's that type of effort the coaches want to see from everyone on the field.
stiff arm success. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
I love these inside runs. Don't get away from them. You never know. You think it's going to be a short little gain, and then boom, get the right blocking, a possessed running back, and you get some serious yards on the table.
Throwing on first down, Nix. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Broncos have it now as he makes the 20th interception of his career. Well, okay, I guess we've got a couple of very giving teams today, Brock. One side coughs it up with a fumble, then the other side graciously hands it right back with the interception.
Hey, listen, if you like playmaking defenses, then you like this game right here. These defenses, they're the ones supplying the big plays, and they're putting their stamp on this game.
First and 10, it's Mayfield. And he has it in the end zone. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos parlay the interception into points. That one splits the uprights. And the Broncos chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Hardman with a return. And he doesn't get very far on the return, just beyond the 5-yard line.
Well, that's the case of either overthinking things or somehow not thinking enough on that kickoff return. You got to think the 20-yard line is worst case. Instead, the coverage team sticks him with a really long field ahead.
And the drive will start out with a first and 10. Trying the right side. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
He's got a man left. He's got a gain of 6 there. Tackle made by Cameron Curl.
You know, kid, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush your passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Ask for a little bit more on that one. That's that running back to come up with more than he's used to on 3rd down. He made it look like just another day at the office. I wouldn't expect every conversion to go as smoothly. He sure made that one look routine.
3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Throwing off the play fake here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. And that means 3rd down coming up. Well, he found the route he wanted pretty quickly, Brock, but maybe, I don't know, he telegraphed who he wanted a little too much because that defender sure got there just as the ball arrived to force it loose.
Yeah, this is one of those tough moments as an analyst, right? Because you're right, offensively didn't get the job done, but I'm going to give a gold star to the defense. Anytime you make...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
This offense has been in a rhythm, settled in and found it in the first half, but hopefully that sack for this defense can disrupt that rhythm just a little bit. Kind of reminds me, Kate, in baseball when you're facing an elite pitcher, just get somebody on base. Just make that pitcher think a little bit. Hopefully that sack for this defense does the same to the QB.
The Texans set to punt. And we'll see how his debut offering goes. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. He fields this at the 18. And he gets his offense in better field position here to start. Up close to the 30. Got every single bit of that one, didn't he? Over 70 yards on the punt. And the Broncos get set to take over.
Hey, alert, 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 alert!
Boyd will go in motion right.
Done.
1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. He's going deep. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Pistol, pistol, pistol. What's up?
Throwing again is Baker. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Texans are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. From the red zone now. This throw is caught.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And that hit stops him in his tracks. No gain on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 7.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. But, Kate, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And, in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did.
Nix from the gun. Has it down close. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Here we go on 4th, Nix. And he will score. It's a Houston touchdown. The Texans grow their lead just before halftime. Santos now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Texans double their lead to 14. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Has this at the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Regular. Dead. What's up?
Baker out of the pistol. Oh, no, they get him yet again. That's Justin Simmons. And the Texans are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
On 1st and 10, here's Nix. He puts some juice on it deep. He's got it deep downfield. Touchdown, Houston. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but being real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game.
Yeah.
That's well done.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Here's a return from the 7. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The clock reads 24 seconds now as the final drive of this half begins. They kick the running back in motion. First down, here's Baker. Headed out right. Into the hands of Pat Fryermuth. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Baker now from the gun. He's got Smith. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
New set of downs for him from the 46.
Alert, 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 alert. Dead. Up, up. Dead.
Mayfield on 1st and 10. Smith pulls this one in along the sideline. And able to get this down to the 15 before going out. It's a 31-yard play. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Kings, Kings, Kings. Hey, alert 33. Done.
Baker throwing again. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Dante Jackson takes it away. 40. At the 20. And it's a pick 6 as he runs it in for the touchdown. You want to know how strong the coverage was there? Man, they even had that underneath throw locked down, Brock, and he took it the other way.
It's really, really hard to find a better rep than that one in coverage. You're so spot on. Covered it down the field. Usually a gimme to the running back. The only thing was a gimme 6.
And the kick is good, so they add 7 to their lead on the final play of our first half. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Kickoff taken at the 3. And this drive will start inside the 25. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Hey, alert, 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 alert! Good. Point it right, point it right, point it right. Pistol, pistol, pistol. What's that?
After the pick, here's Mayfield again. Hits him on the out route. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now.
Regular, regular, regular. Good.
Mayfield thrown out of the pistol. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball. They connect on the deep shot. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That's a 38-yard play for him to move the sticks.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
What's that?
1st and 10, a run to Robinson. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Real, real, real. What's that?
Here's Mayfield. Caught by Freiermuth. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. Offense in the hurry up here.
Alert, 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 alert. What's that?
1st down from the red zone. And he gets in. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Pat Freiermuth, the touchdown. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
That's up and through for the point after. And the Broncos cut the lead by a quarter, down now to 21. Fox now to kick this one away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go, shot. Bronco switch, Bronco switch.
Right up the gut. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
You call that 1st down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards, but they'll take that every single time.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
Here we go, here we go.
They give it to him again. Again, he hits the 2nd level. And they'll finally bring him down at the 22. Excellent pickup to move the chains. 36 yards in the end.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play.
Let's go.
Nix with it on first. He completes it in traffic. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
How's your block shedding out there, boys? Because they need to get through some blocks to hang that screen up quickly. And they were Johnny on the spot.
Takes off right out of the The lateral goes haywire. Live ball. And the Broncos corral it. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
Put a check mark by that one. You're going to remember that one, not just over the course of this game, but I guarantee you in the offseason when they're watching effort. That was all about effort. Backs pressed against the wall when you're down here defensively. And that's the type of play that coaches love to see from everyone on the roster.
Throwing now, following the turnover. Got Lamb, and it's complete. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Run.
First and 10, it's Mayfield. Escapes the pocket. Lamb's got it on the sideline. And he's out of bounds after getting this to the opposing 45. 16 yards on the play. And the Broncos will have a first down.
King.
From the gun, Mayfield. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on third down.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Hurry!
Man in motion here.
Hey, alert! What's that?
Third and short, Mayfield. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on fourth.
Good. Point it right. Pistol. Done.
Here we go. It's Mayfield. That's cut beyond the marker. And they get this down to the 28. What a call. They wind up with 12 on fourth down and pull off the conversion.
First down. First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Regular. Done.
First and 10. Here's Mayfield. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. They get 19, and now they're going to have first and goal.
When you throw that comeback route versus zone, you have to see the underneath defenders. It's frankly easier, Kate, to throw it versus man-to-man. You know where everybody is. But in zone, you better trust your eyes underneath. And when you do, there's completions like that to be had.
So they'll be set up with a 1st and goal when we come back. It's Broncos football as we enter the 4th of what's been a largely one-sided game. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal.
Good. Run, run, run. Real, real, real. What's that?
Mayfield to throw again. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. It's 2nd and goal. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react, and then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact.
And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. So now, here's 3rd and goal.
Good. What's that?
Running with Robinson. And he gets in. Touchdown! The Broncos get it back to within 2 possessions. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating a defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
And the Broncos offense isn't leaving the field. Looks like they're going to go for 2.
The Broncos will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Oh, he taps it quick for the receiver coming across here. Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this 2-point attempt fails.
Broncos 20. Jack Fox set to kick off.
Fox now to kick this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now a give running right. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Dump off caught by his back. And a nice gain here, but it's stopped short of the 1st.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
On 1st and 10, here's Nix. Has him on the quick hitter. And they make the tackle at the 38. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it sets up a Houston 1st. New set of downs for him at the 38. Throwing on 1st down, Nix. Fits it through the middle. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. They pick up 20 yards there. And the Texans are going to have a first down. From the red zone now. And in for the Houston touchdown. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They are just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared, and more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
Santos now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Texans grow the lead now to 22 points.
Broncos 20. Cairo Santos set to kick off.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. This return starts at the 5. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Good. Alert, alert! Alert, alert! Watch, watch!
Shotgun snap for Mayfield. And they pick him off again! And the Texans will take over as he records his first interception of our season. The team total is now up to 5, Brock. 5 times they've picked this offense off.
Say it a third time for me, Kate, would you? Twist the knife for all the fans of this offense watching at home.
5 interceptions in one game. You just got to marvel at how well they played in coverage from start to finish.
Yeah, this goes beyond marveling. This goes to best-case scenario in their game plan. This is one of those special games where absolutely everything is clicking. These defenders, it's like they're seeing the entire field in perfect 20/20 vision.
And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it sets up a Houston first. Back-to-back carries here. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming. But more importantly, this defensive front did too.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning here in Denver. Texans nearing their first win of the season. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Here we go.
Nix from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Out of the gun, it's Nix. He brings it in. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. And he will score. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans put up even more points in a win. Travis Kelce, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep.
Cairo Santos set to kick off.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Returnable from the 2. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30.
7-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Good. Up, Justin.
Empty backfield now. The running back motions out left. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. He's got it deep downfield. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Kings! That's hot.
Mayfield on 1st and 10. Freiermuth there to bring it in. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10.
Set. Hey, alert 33. Hey, alert! Point it right. Watch out.
Working inside the red zone. Cut near the goal line. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches.
Set.
He'll try to do it himself. They touch him down as he finds enough to pick up the first. Now the offense going to take its 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's 1st and goal.
Set. Watch out.
Robinson is across the line for the Denver touchdown. The Broncos making the scoreboard look a touch better. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. Now, this one has been a long game, no doubt. But, hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate, and I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
The Broncos will go for 2 again.
Pistol.
The Broncos will line up for the...
He's throwing for it. This is caught. And he is going to get in. That's going to cut a couple more off of that lead. Well, don't look up at the clock, everybody. That is certainly not their friend as they get set to try an onside kick. And the Texans secure that kick, no problem. Well, I guess they kind of had to do it here, Brock.
Yeah, it's called a have to. Yeah, kind of have to at this point in the game, huh?
Okay, but like most things in this game, it did not work out for them.
Yeah, let's face it, even if they do recover that, probably not going to find a way to win. But this is a time where you work on things, where you do build to the following week. Got to find a way to flush this because it's just not been their kind of game.
And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down. So the Texans come away with the road win.